In a day and age where
Nemi wouldn't throw a ground ball.
He was throwing to a second baseman.
I mean, this is up there with one of the BKS funniest moments. Yeah, with the Mark Cohen bat. Although I think that'll always be at #1 when Mark Cohen doesn't allow his the other team to use the bat and his teammates to use his bat. But this is up there with Nemi not giving his captain any warm up.
A discussion that we touched on last week within this topic is about younger captains, where Stephen J. Ginty being one of the younger captains in the league. Does he have a right or the wherewithal to discipline a teammate, be it the same age, younger or older than him?
Yes. Yes, one. And two, I have to disagree with you when you say Stephen Ginty is one of the younger captains, because he's proved himself as a captain before, and I've said this before on the show. He's not a captain like, and I don't want to be disrespectful to you in any way, he's not a captain like you, he's not a captain like Farka, he's not, who else do we have on this list? He's a proven winner. He's won the championship before, and so he's allowed to do whatever he wants. The guy has a ring. Other captains don't, and it's harder for those captains to tell people on their team who have won rings in the past what to do when Stephen can do it because he has one on his finger.
Stephen J. is a good captain. Is a good captain. I don't recommend
backup. Oh, alright. So, I'm sorry to interrupt you. If you tried to call in, numbers 917-647-9276.
We were down.
We were down. We're having a ton of technical difficulties tonight. Sammy's phone was down, so please call in now.
Sammy, pay the bill next. Come on.
Yeah. So you were saying about Stephen J.
He could be captain anytime. It's tough to be a young guy and be a captain, unless you bring in an older guy to be the bad guy.
Like Chucky on my team.
Like Chucky.
Like Salim on my team.
Right.
But it's also tough because when you have the older guy can be the bad guy, because then the other guys are like, the captain didn't tell me, you said. You know what I mean? So it's like...
Everyone knows that Salim and Chucky are leaders, and that no one's really gonna blink twice when Chucky tells you that you're not batting this game. Right. Although he sends me to do the dirty work.
Right. So yet again, why are you telling me? Why is not Chucky telling me?
It's the same thing with my team. Ray, he's just a puppet.
Just a puppet.
He's just a puppet manager, coach, and I'm pulling all the strings, and he knows it. So
and again, I would have to say in your team, you know... Anyways, I'm not going to say that.
Well, you can say it.
That's all right, it's okay. I have to ask you a question for you. Who's the most feared hitter on X Factor? When you guys are preparing your game plan for the playoffs now, who do you think is their most feared hitter? When Navy's up there, who's the guy that you don't want to face in the big situation?
I'm trying to remember the team. Give me a second.
You got Stephen J, Joe S.
What team is that?
No, I'm talking about X Factor.
Where was David Canton this week?
In Israel or something? He wasn't in Shul's one yet.
Really?
Oh, he's in Israel. Sammy, his brother's mother.
He emailed me that he was upset that he was a stump.
That he wasn't on the ballot.
Oh,
David Canton.
I'll tell you who the most feared hitter is. Pete
Testanester?
Nice. Also, you know what? Stephen J is also. I wouldn't let Stephen J nor Pete beat us. By the way, Sephardi is absolutely doing nothing. I don't know what's going on with Sephardi. Does nothing anymore. And he can't, I don't know about him playing center field anymore.
Who? Joe S?
Joe S.
What's the problem?
Not happy the way he goes after balls.
Really?
Not on my team, I don't care. But
you're not happy with the way Joe S goes after balls? I don't see a problem there.
No.
Well, why were there still critics out on the deal breakers this week that you guys needed to quiet all the critics? I feel like you guys are pretty solidified in first place at this point.
I will answer your question, but I want to give a shout out to DC for making that wonderful catch in Game 2.
Yeah?
Diving catch to save the game. Just wanted to give a shout out because I do forget. Wanted to give it out while I remember it. Now, what was the question?
Who do you think is their most feared hitter? You said Tessner and...
Stephen J.
And Stephen Tessner.
Stephen J. Yeah. Those are the guys.
Nemi's the best hitter, but he can't run, so it's not that big of a deal. Nemi's the best hitter.
Stephen J. this year is not their most feared hitter. It's definitely Pete. It's not Stephen J. until he shows me that he can go 6 for 8. He's not the feared hitter.
And what do you have to say? What's your approach when you're facing an Eddie Albaz? What do your guys, especially the Rishti boys, who've only faced him a couple of times?
Eddie hit him very well. Eddie is tough to play. Eddie changes speeds. Throws inside, throws outside.
It doesn't change speeds. It's the same speed. Hold on, I think this is the special caller. Let's just make sure. Yeah. All right, so we're going to introduce him when we put him on. Hello, you're on live with the BKS show. Hold on a second.
This is actually an umpire from your league.
Hey, Danny, what's up? It's Danny, one of the umpires from the BKS.
Oh, this is the short fat guy?
Oh, man, that's the outfielder from the Blue Squad.
Yeah, it's the outfielder from the Blue Sky. What's up, baby? Bad loss last night.
How we doing tonight, gentlemen?
How we doing?
All right, we want to talk to you about one specific incident that happened last week in the game in Field 6, where Ike Mavora, one of the best players in the league, hit a home run which seemed like he was going to tie the game. You had the outfielder on the other team chasing down the ball, did something that I want you to talk about in a second. He then ended up picking up the ball, relaying it home, and getting Ike Mavora out. What happened on the play that you saw that should not have happened?
First of all, the outfielder, well, the umpire should have known. Those rookies out there.
Yeah.
The guy threw his glove at the ball, which, number one, right there and then makes an illegal play. And as you can see in the rule book, I have it out actually right in front of me. I brought it out for you guys. Section 32, Rule 4. You cannot throw a glove at a ball. If the ball is touched by the glove, the base runner will be awarded 3 bases, and if not, it becomes a dead ball, they get 1 extra base. Therefore, he wouldn't have scored. He would have been at third base, but he wouldn't have been called out. He should have been called out. Now, a veteran like that should have known to argue the call and protest the call.
Danny wasn't working the game?
No, so just to clear it up, Danny was on field 1 at the time, umping the game between Gladiators and Linsanity. While this was going down between innings, we all had a perfect view of it. Danny at the time did not want to go show up his fellow umpire, which was probably the class act thing to do, but now you're showing him up on live TV.
Danny, you're not so...
You would never know.
You would never know. Danny, this show does get broadcasted throughout several countries, so he might be watching tonight. So you gotta watch your back.
No problem.
Did you speak to him about it yet? Did you speak to your fellow umpire about it?
Yeah, I did. He didn't know the rule.
Did he see the play?
He did not know the rule.
But did he see the glove being thrown at the ball?
Actually, they didn't, except they couldn't realize that because the grass was so high out there. The guy to get there earlier and start cutting that grass. Don't you agree with my outfielder?
I 100% agree with you, Danny. I got lost in those this week. Dan,
Should we take the budget and put more toward maintenance and give less to the umpires now?
No, definitely not.
It's not that bad in the outfield, right?
It's not that bad out there. I can see the ball.
All of a sudden the outfield looks good.
That's for the other guys next year.
Danny, question for you. At what point does Mavora need to come and protest, put the game under protest, although because it was a play at the plate that ended the game?
You can't actually protest that. That's the thing. That's not a call that could be protested.
How come?
Not.
It's not. You could look it up. That's just. It's not something that could. If he wanted to, he could have brought it up to the umpire. They could have got together, and if they wanted to, make a call, make a call. But nobody even argued about it. So right there and then, they don't got to say nothing.
Would you agree, Danny? Would you agree that Ike Mavora has enough clout in the softball world to change the rule?
That man, he should have known. He should have known.
To change the rule book?
But then again, he's not looking at the outfield to throw his glove. So if nobody brought it to his attention, as a base runner, you know what? Then he's not supposed to know that.
Are you telling me Ike Mavora did not know the rule book?
Maybe.
Wow.
Danny, would you say that you and Charlie are the best umpire tandem in the league?
I called the Major League to make the softball thing and get us right in there.
Danny, quick question. What was on Charlie's lip this week?
Yeah.
No comment.
Good answer. So, Danny, one more question. What do you think of the league on an overall basis? I'm sure that you umpire a lot of other...
I think it's a pretty good league for the competition. I think there's a couple of ball players down in the field that are pretty, above certain ball players. I think the pitcher...
Like the blue guy, like the guy in the blue team.
They have found the pitcher all this new week, so no comment for the team name.
What's that? Oh, so what do those Jews know how to play ball, huh?
Well, Jews know how to pitch. I tell you, I think a few Jews on my town.
Those Jews would love to throw some balls at you, Danny.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
All right, Danny, great to have you on. Thanks for clarifying the rule for us tonight, and we look forward to having you on the show again.
All right, gentlemen, have a great night.
We'll see you next week.
Wait, this was breaking news.
Yes.
Ike McVoy didn't know a rule?
Yes.
I'm flabbergasted.
So, okay, what happened in the situation, since we didn't really break it down, No Deal was down 2 in the last inning, 2 outs. Ike Mavora hits a rocket, I think it was to straightaway center field. Michael Cohen goes after the ball, chasing the ball. Gladiators and Linsanity were in between innings, happened to be watching the play as it was evolving. Me and Jacobati play in the outfield, see Michael Cohen throw his glove at the ball and completely miss, not even close.
So the glove didn't even touch the ball.
Didn't touch, but that's irrelevant. That's what I learned. That's the chidush on the play. Anyway, the ball keeps going. Michael picks it up, throws it in for a relay. Rudy comes up the line. I guess he wasn't playing catcher, but Rudy was there to catch the ball up the line. Mavora couldn't get down, couldn't avoid the slide. Oh, he was catching. Couldn't avoid the slide. He said that Rudy was 3-4 feet up the line, and he was tagged out. Mavora basically fell into the tag. Couldn't slide, and game over.
Oh!
But the
breaking news. Mavora didn't slide?
He told me he couldn't slide because it was too far up the line. If he slid, he would have missed the bag. Now, the problem here is, where's he going home?
Right, because they're down by 2, Lou. Mavora's run doesn't even mean anything.
Why? What was it? A solo homer?
It was.
I think it was a solo homer. Can we clarify, producer? It was going to be a solo homer?
No, 2. It was down 3.
Oh, down 3.
But it was
so the run wouldn't have done anything.
Right.
It would have been a home run rally killer.
Hold on. I'm hearing some news that are just blowing my mind here. 1, Mavora didn't know the rule book. Section 35, subsection
34C.
2, he didn't slide at home plate. And 3, he made a base running error.
He must be
karma.
Oh my God.
It's karma.
I'm losing total respect.
And since No Deal is on the media blackout, it doesn't seem likely that we'll hear a rebuttal from Ike Mavora tonight.
I challenge Mr. Mavora to call up this show and try to explain his situation on this one play.
Because right now he doesn't look so great.
I want to see how he's going to spin this.
With Danny the umpire putting a bad light on No Deal in the end of that game. You know, I'm going to put a bad light on Whamma, who also was on a media blackout. Whamma, where are you sending him?
Right.
Third base coach, you know the game. Why are you sending him? Home runs, kill rallies. Where are you sending Ike in that spot? I'd like to hear from Ike or Whamma right now.
So it was I guess EOM finally caught their first break.
Yeah, I would say so. Good throw by Michael Cohen.
I think AB was praying at the cocktail wall at that time.
It was Vati.
And he wrote a note, put it in the wall, and God accepted that prayer right away.
Has AB Cohen shaved yet?
He goes off 49, I think.
I'm right now ready to give a donation.
Lewis, by the way, if you haven't noticed, only gives donations on things that will never happen.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm going to just stay clear of giving a donation here.
I'm no idiot.
So, yeah, so I guess they EOM caught a break and No Deal, but we got to thank Danny, the umpire, who's
great job.
By the way, the guy, not only is he a very good umpire, sometimes he doesn't know all the rules, but it's a lot of fun to be around some of these guys, and especially this year, some of the umpires who did get fired and thrown out of the league. Yeah, Danny's a great guy. Funny thing, I'll tell you later.
We're going to talk about also about one more minute here. Now, what do you
talk
think
about deal breakers because we haven't.
We didn't really get to them.
No, Lewis doesn't want to talk about them either. That's the best thing. Deal breakers. You want something to talk about? I'll give you something to talk about. Navy. The guy's ridiculous.
Who?
Okay, Navy.
Who?
I don't even have to say his name anymore.
MVP.
Okay, hold on one second. Here's the stat.
Before losing 2 this week, that MVP debate is over. Let's see who we got calling in.
Navy's 5 strikeouts away
Not 5, 6.
from the all-time record. That's all I have to say about that.